Yo guys, what is going on? Nickname is just Yellow, and today this Norwegian hardcore PC gamer is gonna make a video about game intuition, or game sense as the Counter-Strike community commonly calls it. Alright, so I'm gonna talk about that, but quickly, first, this is a Supreme Master First Class game, so enjoy that carnage. And on that note, I quickly wanted to mention that this game right here, normally, actually in any video that I'm uploading, it's a replay of the matches that I originally played. If they look bullshitty, that's because of how demos are bullshitty. I'm gonna explain that fully in the video coming up after this one. So anyways, let's talk about game intuition and how to be able to get better at it overall. Now, first we then need to understand how game intuition works and what factors it relies upon, so that we have a clear picture of what it exactly is. So the term intuition, it is about an educated guess that may or may not work, but it's more a guess rather than an actual outcome of the game. The cool thing though is that when you're playing a game like Counter-Strike, for example, you are in a very closed environment. You've got your team is consisting of 5 people, the enemy team is consisting of 5 people. You all get to buy certain things at certain times, depending on certain actions, and you can only do so many things on the maps, also because of how they have 2 bomb sites, but you know, from there on out the game just develops. Also, how the map is built up allow you to do certain things, and depending on those kind of things, the enemies can do so many things, actions, you know, moves on the map that will allow them to be predicted or not. Also, depending on their actions, that will, so to speak, reflect a certain behavior. If you also adapt to their type of behavior, now suddenly, you know, you can take stuff even a step further in terms of your skill, in terms of how well you know the map, how well you understand the enemies are playing and knowing the map, what you see they like to do. And as you keep on playing, also with teamwork naturally, if you got any, that is. You can now predict the enemy and you can shut them down pretty effectively, just either by raw skill, educated guesses, intuition, or not. Also keep in mind though that this intuition stuff, it transcends over to your raw skill as well. You as a player can have super big impacts on the game if you just guess or if you assume the right things happening at the right time. Here we can see, for example, a guy was running around a teammate and I ran into him and I was lucky enough to kill the P90 shit. But the thing there is that by intuition I was not supposed to meet him. I knew that we were supposed to have that area of the map, meaning that I was never supposed to meet him in the first place. Now I was pretty quick to react and just kill him and shut him down very easily, but by intuition, if you do that in a reverse sense, for example, and you actually have the skill to back it up, if I were that old guy with a P90, for example, first off, I would probably not have a P90, maybe a 5.7 if I was a CT, but I would have actually been able to kill the guy because I would not have done such a risky play if I did not know that I could back up what I wanted to do. So not only relying on your skill with your intuition, but understanding exactly what to do, when, where, and what it means, but also, you know, sending information to your teammates because you have taken certain positions of the map, etc. Those kind of things also blend into all of this stuff. So what we learn from this stuff, you know, right now, what I've just explained essentially, is that the toolbox principle, if you think of the game in that kind of sense, and you just play by that kind of way of thinking in the game, you can actually just get super good at the game, but you can also then read the enemies, and as you keep on playing and you keep on practicing very strictly, you are dedicating a shit ton of time to the game, you learn a lot about the game that might be weird, or might be high level, or might be just good place, might be the better choice out of 2 weird ones, but also, you know, just advanced nuances towards certain actions that you can do. You can develop yourself into becoming a very intelligent player in the game's atmosphere, and suddenly you're now making a lot of choices that are just, they seem like you're cheating, but you're not, and that is a cool but also very weird thing. And on that note, I want to go back, or not really go back, but I want to explain the Inferno game that I had. It was one of the most recent videos I uploaded. If you're subscribed, you probably remember those. So I was running up on middle, on Inferno, on middle there, and I was looking to short or long on the A site. And I was initially, I was like, you know what, either we should clear this site or we should move along. But then I saw a sign of the enemy. I was just twitching around trying to get intel of the enemy. I saw them tossing a grenade. In my brain, I've worked it so that I don't really think when I'm playing the game. I'm just doing these actions. And that is actually the next step that you need to just be aware of, because it proves that just your experience to the game, it needs to be really solid, but also proper, I guess you could say. But the thing is that when I'm doing these kind of things, I don't think, I'm just doing it. So when I saw that smoke, I was like, by trajectory of that smoke grenade, it was actually tossed so close to the corner, I should probably still be looking there. I'm not sure whether or not I want to engage this enemy or not, because I'm not in cover. But maybe I should, maybe I should. And then he popped out with a pistol. I was like, nah, you're gonna die. And I killed him, you know? You don't really think about these things. You just play a fuck ton and you work it into your template of how to play the game, in which way, in such a way in which now when you're playing the game, you can easily shut down enemies depending on what they do, if you're lucky or not. There you can see I killed 3 guys in the middle there. I was just shutting them down as they were picking up. But in their head, also by game intuition, they should probably develop themselves into such a way in which they will actually try and shut my peak down by tossing a good flashbang, maybe smoking off the sandbags to my right there, as you can see on the gameplay. Like, there's a different ways in which you can engage an enemy. Just developing this by playing a shit ton and taking good examples, taking important, strict notes when you see something different works or not, and then you put this in your massive fucking toolbox, as I like to call it, the toolbox principle, and you remember it forever, or you remember it in the context of a certain game. Now you just need to boot up that box, you know, you just open it, you toss all the tools on the table, and you're like, alright, let's get to work, guys. And you just crack your fingers, and now you're good to go, you know? That is why whenever I play Counter-Strike, I don't play super much, but when I play, I'm giving it my all. I give it 100% focus, but I don't take it serious either, because I know that I'm just playing the fucking game. I'm here to learn, I'm here to have a good time, but I'm also here to see what we can do, what, you know, what level I'm at currently, can I be able to do certain things better, and then I just work at it, and I have a good time. I, you know, get good plays done, bad plays done, meet cheaters, meet smurfers, even though, again, now I technically can't meet smurfs anymore, which is kind of cool. But, you know, like, it's just a game, you have fun, and as you keep noticing these details, you'll be able to engage the enemies better, and you'll get your game sense, aka intuition level, increased further on. So hopefully people learned something from this video. If you thought it was a nice video, maybe you should rate it, subscribe, I don't know, you decide. So anyways, thanks for watching, especially thanks to the Patreons. You're making the channel just explode, essentially. So yeah, don't get beastified when you play, people.